Remember Log4j? The widespread vulnerability sent shockwaves through the digital world. Now imagine a similar scenario, but instead of a vulnerability, we find a meticulously planted backdoor in a ubiquitous open-source software library. This isn't hypothetical, this is the reality we face. A recent discovery sent chills down the spines of cybersecurity experts and developers alike. A popular open-source project, used by millions, was compromised. Hidden within its lines of code was a malicious backdoor, a digital trapdoor granting silent access to sensitive data and systems. The discovery sent a collective gasp through the global tech community. It was a stark reminder that even in the open and collaborative world of open-source software, insidious threats can lurk undetected, patiently waiting to be exploited. The backdoor, cleverly disguised and deeply embedded within the software's architecture, had gone unnoticed for months, silently siphoning data and potentially compromising countless systems. The implications were staggering. This wasn't just a random bug or a careless oversight. This was a deliberate act of sabotage, a meticulously planned operation to compromise the very foundation of trust upon which the open-source ecosystem is built. The discovery sent a ripple effect of fear and uncertainty throughout the community, forcing developers and security experts to confront an unsettling question. If this could happen here, in a project so widely used and scrutinized, could it happen anywhere? The incident served as a stark reminder that the open-source model, for all its strengths and benefits, is not immune to malicious actors. It highlighted the inherent vulnerabilities of a system that relies heavily on trust and collaboration, where code is often reviewed and shared by a distributed network of volunteers. As the digital world reeled from the shock of the discovery, one thing became abundantly clear: the stakes had been raised. The open-source community, once a beacon of collaboration and innovation, was now facing a new and insidious threat, one that struck at the very heart of its ethos. The immediate aftermath of the discovery was a whirlwind of activity. Security researchers worked tirelessly to analyze the backdoor, trace its origins, and assess the extent of the damage. Developers scrambled to patch the vulnerability and issue urgent security updates, racing against time to protect users from potential exploitation. The open-source community, known for its collaborative spirit, sprang into action. Discussions erupted on forums and mailing lists, dissecting the incident, sharing information, and debating the best course of action. Some members expressed shock and disbelief, while others voiced concerns about the long-term impact of the incident on the open-source model. Experts weighed in, offering their analyses and predictions. Some saw it as a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the need for heightened security measures within the open-source ecosystem. Others viewed it as a sign of a more troubling trend, a harbinger of increasingly sophisticated attacks targeting the very foundations of our digital world. The incident sparked a debate about the balance between openness and security in the open-source world. Some argued that the collaborative nature of open-source development, while a strength in many ways, also presented a unique set of challenges when it came to security. With countless eyes reviewing the code, the thinking went, vulnerabilities should be caught and addressed quickly. However, this incident demonstrated that even with widespread scrutiny, malicious code could still slip through the cracks. The incident served as a stark reminder that in the world of cybersecurity, vigilance is not a one-time effort but an ongoing process, a constant race to stay one step ahead of those who seek to exploit vulnerabilities for their own gain. As the dust settled, the open-source community was left grappling with the implications of the discovery. The incident had exposed a fundamental vulnerability in the open-source model, shaking the trust upon which it was built. The question now was how to move forward, how to rebuild trust and strengthen security, without stifling the spirit of collaboration and innovation that had made open source such a powerful force in the digital world. The discovery of the backdoor had a profound impact on the open source community and the wider tech industry. Trust, once an implicit foundation of the open source model, was now being openly questioned. The incident forced many to confront an unsettling reality: the open and collaborative nature of open source, while one of its greatest strengths, could also be exploited for malicious purposes. The incident highlighted the challenges of maintaining security in a decentralized and often volunteer-driven environment. Open-source projects, often maintained by small teams or individual developers, often lack the resources and expertise to implement robust security measures. The incident served as a wake-up call, prompting a renewed focus on security within the open-source community. Many organizations and projects began to reassess their security practices, looking for ways to strengthen their code review processes, implement stricter access controls, and improve their ability to detect and respond to potential threats. The incident also sparked discussions about the role of government and industry in supporting open-source security. Some argued that governments had a responsibility to invest in open-source security, given the critical role open-source software plays in our digital infrastructure. Others called for greater collaboration between industry leaders to share best practices and develop tools and resources to enhance open-source security. The discovery of the backdoor was a watershed moment for the open-source community. It exposed vulnerabilities, sparked debates, and forced a reckoning with the challenges of maintaining trust and security in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The sophistication and stealth of the backdoor immediately raised suspicions of state-sponsored espionage. The potential involvement of nation-state actors added a chilling dimension to the incident. Nation-states have the resources, the motivation, and the patience to conduct long-term, sophisticated attacks against open-source projects. The prospect of government-backed hackers inserting backdoors into widely used software, effectively creating a global surveillance network, sent shivers down the spines of privacy advocates and cybersecurity experts alike. The incident highlighted the growing threat of cyber espionage in the digital age. As nations increasingly rely on digital infrastructure and software for critical functions, the incentive to target these systems for espionage and sabotage grows stronger. Open-source software, with its global reach and often decentralized development model, presents an attractive target for nation-state actors. The incident served as a stark reminder that the battle for cybersecurity is no longer confined to the realm of traditional warfare. It is being fought on the digital front lines, in the lines of code that underpin our interconnected world. The open-source community, with its ethos of collaboration and transparency, found itself thrust onto this new battlefield. The discovery of the backdoor served as a wake-up call, a reminder that the enemies are not always easily identifiable, and the weapons they wield are not bombs and bullets but lines of code, capable of wreaking havoc on a global scale.